Happy Halloween Eve! You're probably getting your costume ready for tomorrow, or you're probably getting your sister or brother's costume ready for tomorrow. But I wanted to prepare you for Rockin Ratios. We're about to start a unit on ratios, and I want us to be very, very prepared for it. So let's get started. So the one thing that you need to know about ratios is that they're a comparison between two numbers. So you've seen them like this. You've seen them like this as a fraction. And you've possibly seen them as with a colon. All right? Don't forget that there's many ways to write those. Proportions are just two ratios that are equal to each other. So a ratio equals another ratio. And an example of that is, for instance, if we have the number or the ratio 1/2 and we have the ratio 2/4, we know that both of those are 50%. So those would be equivalent ratios, and instead of saying equivalent ratios, you could say it's a proportion. This is very helpful in solving math that has difficult numbers in it. So we will explore what a ratio is and ultimately what a proportion is through this video. So let's start with this story. 9 packs of gum cost $4. How much does 45 packs cost? Well, the thing that I know, the comparison of two numbers, they compare 9 packs of gum to $4. That is a fact. So that is a ratio. The thing that I don't know is how much 45 packs cost. So what I could do is I could make equivalent ratios. If you were in 5th grade, I would have said you just have to roll your ratio. So this is what you would have done in 5th grade. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and then you go, are we there yet? Nope. Okay. Let's see, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, reverse 54, and I realize if I'm trying to find 45 packs, here's 45 packs right here. Notice that my units stay the same. So I would use this ratio to help me solve this problem. So I would say that $20 is what it costs for 45 packs of gum. Now you're like, oh, Mr. Hambley, I'm not in 5th grade anymore. All right, well, let's go ahead and just set up a proportion. I know that 45 packs could be placed in the bottom. I could create an equivalent ratio with an equal sign, and I can use a scale factor. So we figure out how do we get from 9 to 45, and that's times 5. Whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top, so that's times 5 as well. All right, $4 times 5 is $20, and I can figure it out just like that. All right, that's about a 6th grade, maybe pushing 7th grade level. So we're going to practice another example. I noticed that now we want 44 packs, and my ratio has changed from 8 packs of gum that cost $4, or to 8 packs of gum that cost $4. So when I go ahead and set this up the 6th grade way, I realize that 8 really can't go into 44. All right, so I have to find a different way. All right, so I noticed that the ratio is really, really nice to me. So if I look going down to or up, down, I realize that they have a ratio or a relationship of times 2, or divided by 2. So I know that 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm going to use that same relationship over here. Okay, so if 8 divided by 2 is 4, I'm just going to divide by 2 over here in order to get that. 44 divided by 2 is $22. So we can say that 44 packs is $22. So in conclusion, we've learned that you can go side to side to try to figure out a proportion, or you can go up and down to find a proportion. You just have to find the relationship. Okay, how about you try? Ready, set, go. Okay, Arthur can go 60 miles. in 2 hours. All right, that's a ratio. That's a relationship between two numbers. All right, let's use that and find an equivalent ratio to figure out how much 8 hours is. 8 hours, 2 goes into, okay, that's times 2, which is 120 miles. All right, try the next one by yourself. Ready, set, go. All right, in 5 hours, Mike made $60. How much could he make in 12 hours? So in 5 hours, he was able to make $60. All right, how much would he make in 12 hours? Well, stop freaking out that the 12 is on top. It's fine, okay? All right, we got, I noticed that we can't really go across, so that's not an option right now. But we could possibly go down. 5 times 12 is 60. So 12 times 12 is 144. So you can make $144 in 12 hours. Not bad. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. You have one more question. Good luck. Bye.